I'm excited.
Alright, here we go.
First step in the Link's house, we just get a couple of arrows. Not too big there. Looks like both sab0tender and Error are heading into the escape check.
Most people seem to
We'll
prefer
get
this.
eLmaGus and... I've actually seen a lot of people prefer to go Sanctuary as well, so it's kind of a coin flip, depending on what type of luck you're expecting.
Ooh, MrBarrybondz going straight for the south route to get the bombs from just below the grove.
And we'll see if he gets lucky on that. 50 rupees at the uncle's house, or uncle's escape. I guess that light. Oh, there's the bomb. He is good to go.
Always nice to find that in the first try.
And speaking of bombs, we get a bomb upgrade in the second chest of escape.
So nothing really paying out for them in the well, unfortunately. Sorry, Uncle.
Unfortunately. But it'll be one less thing that they have to check on. Both sab0tender and Error heading into Sanctuary, checking that chest there, just a 5 buck rupee.
Ooh, was that hook shot in library?
Hook shot on the library. Boots are required big time.
Hopefully those shoes aren't far away, but
Oh,
you
I
never
hope
know.
they're very far away.
Oh, well, it's good
I love
for
to
us.
see our runners suffer.
Well, you and I have something in common then.
Bombs in the tavern chest. Looks like we're going to get a lumberjack check here shortly. This one might slip past us. A lot of these runners are real good at... That
It's
looks
a
like
shield.
a shield upgrade. Blue cane in the check out.
Oh, that's the bow.
Bow in Lost Woods. Nice.
Somebody forgot that while they were hunting, I guess. But eLmaGus will be very happy to have that.
Indeed. With that, eLmaGus could clear out Eastern Palace quite easily. And most of the runners are going to get their hands on that nice and early. There's the bow for sab0tender and Error. MrBarrybondz checking out the Kakariko well. Just a bunch of bombs and heart pieces so far.
Oh,
Moon Pearl!
Super. That's a
Moon
good
Pearl
item.
into the well. That'll be a quick check for everybody as well.
Yeah, well, that'll set them up for a fake flipper into the waterfall if they choose to do that.
I've never been particularly good at doing that myself. It's always fascinating to watch that.
Yeah, as long as you have Moon Pearl, you can just exit the waterfall cave and then go back in, and you'll get everything there. It's actually interesting that since they put items there, fake flippers has been less of a
There's
never
the
mind.
boots.
That's the boots.
Das Boots!
Well, you have to know MrBarrybondz is going to get that hook shot.
Oh, this is going to be a
Very
fast
shortly.
one. Yep. 50 rupees in blinds back up. Yeah, early boots, early Moon Pearl, early hook shot. This is going to be a fast one.
It's looking that way so far. Something MrBarrybondz could do if he cared to is just
Oh, MrBarrybondz clips the NPC summoning the guards.
called him a creep. That's not nice.
Won't cost him a lot of time, just the time from the text box, because there's no way you're catching him with those boots.
His emotions may never recover, though. That could be fatal in this race.
And there's the hook shot from MrBarrybondz. The hook shot is going to be
Oh,
an excellent tool.
he's just saving quitting. I guess he's going to go to Sanctuary. No.
No,
No,
he's
he's
probably
not.
going towards Mini Moldor Cave. The hook shot is a fantastic weapon to clear that place out real fast.
Very true. That means he misses his bow. That is for now, anyway.
Well, there are a lot of different ways you can route yourself into Lost Woods, so it's,
Yeah, he
it's
could
not
do
too
it.
far out of the way.
Yeah. At the same time he does the bonk rocks from Sanctuary, he could easily go up there.
Mhm. Checking out what's in the Luke. Oh no.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh dear.
Yes, yes. I like where this is going.
So, for those of you not aware, seeing a cape this early is often a sign that we will be fighting Agathon 1.
Now we just hope they don't find any gloves.
If they don't find gloves, if they don't find hammer, they are stuck in Light World. eLmaGus picking up his hook shot. And here's MrBarrybondz showing, oh, not quite. There we go. Hookshot shot actually kills mini Moldorms in one shot.
Wish it worked that way for the real Moldorm.
Money and bombs in mini Moldorm cave so far. Money bombs and a little bit low. Not too much return, but the risk for that area is high. Well, the risk is high, but the rewards are often high as well.
It's a lot of items.
It's a lot of items in a very small area.
Okay, it looks like MrBarrybondz is going this left route to Bonkrots, and then probably up to the Lost Woods, you would have to assume.
Ah, that sounds like a plan.
He does have the boots, so he'll probably check the Lumberjack Cave too, just to know what that is.
Piece of heart. eLmaGus has picked up his cape, so he's going to start wondering about what this season is going to throw at him as well. Looks like Eriror is right behind him on that. And sab0tender right behind him. So a little bit of route divergence at the beginning, but for the most part, everyone is in the same mindset right now.
More or less, yeah. I'll be interested to see what MrBarrybondz does.
He's heading in
right
the
after
Lost
getting
Woods.
this bow.
He's gonna find that bow. No map checks yet, surprisingly. They're probably waiting until they have items that they know can clear dungeons, and then they'll check and see whether that dungeon is worth it. Not to mention, having those boots lets them clear out quite a few more of the Light World areas than usually allowed. Looks like sab0tender takes a death right outside of Ice Cave.
That's the worst spot to die.
Oh, that's real unfortunate.
You never want to go back there.
That's going to be a long run, even if he does have the Pegasus boots. Ice Cave just has a big 20, too. Oh, that's going to hurt. And Barrybondz is checking Sarsaparillas' back closet. Let's see what's in there.
Yeah, and this makes sense.
I can't imagine that he'd skip it. Trying for... Oh, there he goes. Gets a hookshot speed. Eriror with some excellent marksmanship, shooting down those crows as he's making his way over to Ice Cave. Single rupee, single heart piece, double heart piece. Sarsaparilla does not have anything.
Not today. Unless he's keeping it for himself. eLmaGus going into the waterfall.
Oh yeah, eLmaGus snuck his way in there.
Just barely not enough rupees from
Actually, I think Eriror probably took that death on purpose.
Oh yes, 300 rupees and a bottle in the waterfall of wishing.
And eLmaGus has the money to check Zora as well.
I believe that was just arrows in the ledge.
And MrBarrybondz making the play into Eastern Palace. The music indicates that it is, in fact, a crystal dungeon, so he's making a good move here.
Just a life lesson from Zora. And makes a lot of sense that Barrybondz would come in here, because you have bow. You technically need lamp, but I mean, it's never...
The game logic does expect you to have lamp, but all of these players, most players, especially Eastern Palace Shark Rooms are not that difficult.
They are not. The hardest one is the one above the big chest, and if you have Blue Cane.
That's the only tough one.
But Blue Cane makes it pretty trivial.
Shovel! Fetch quest number 1. Oh, Error is actually going off script. He's heading into the Hyrule Castle escape. He's got a bow, he's got a hookshot, he can make short work of this.
Oh!
And there's the lamp in Eastern Palace.
Never mind about those dark rooms, guys. This is,
Yep, that's shot. That is going to help him significantly. He most certainly has the... Oh, the big key is missing. BarrybondZ definitely has the skill to do these dark rooms without the lamp, and having the lamp is just going to make them that much quicker.
Oh yeah, it's much less of a pain in the butt that way.
And eLmaGus is coming into Eastern Palace right behind him. He'll get that lamp, and he'll be clearing this place out easily as well. sab0tender pulling some fake flipper strats to head up to Zora as well. Either that or he already went there. I might have missed that.
Well, that lamp also is one more step to Aga 1. All they need now is a sword.
You're absolutely right. Having the lamp is one of the steps to Aga 1. We might have an Aga Seeder in our hands. Yep, there's sab0tender setting up his water walking so he can check the Fairy Fountain and check all of Zora. He is a few rupees short, so that might... I really hope he gets... Okay, never mind.
Yeah, there's a trust fund in there for you.
BarrybondZ got to be careful.
You get a fairy right here, so it's nice. Just going for it.
He's not going to go for it.
I don't think that the front of his Hyrule Castle had much for it going. Just some bomb upgrades and rupees and a map.
No, unfortunately not. I didn't see anything come out of it either. Making short room of the dangerous dark room. Short work of the dangerous dark room.
Dark Worm sounds
He's
so
just
deadly.
Gotta be careful.
Eriror is going to the dark room as well, in the front of escape. Not too bad with boots, though.
It isn't, but it's without the sword. It's real hard to keep track of where you are in those dark rooms.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially with the scrolling screens and those larger area maps. Looks like sab0tender is also heading into Hyrule Escape. He might check that back passage as well. Error being forced to just hookshot his way around blindly, hoping he can get something. Hoping he can find his way through. Oh, almost flawless Armostite fight for MrBarrybondz. And the mitts!
That's a good item.
So
it's
we are
bad.
either looking for a hammer or a second width upgrade in order to skip Aghanim, but it looks like we are on Aghanim right now. But
Though
finding those one mitts might kill Aghanim for us.
yeah, that's Death Mountain access, even by the logic. So that's
He's got
at least
lamp, he's got lifts.
And he has hookshot to get over there. So that's a lot of items too.
And I guarantee you, most of our all of our runners probably are going to check that area before they even attempt to do Aga.
Oh yeah, you usually put that off as long as possible. MrBarrybondz going to the back side of escape this time.
And let's see what we've got. 5 arrows, 5 bombs, and a small key. Not much, unfortunately.
And he has the lamp, so he's just going to go down, I guess. Makes sense. Might as well while you're here. You got a key.
He's got the key and he's got the lamp. It's easy to get back. Looks like Error is also making a play into Eastern Palace. I don't blame him. eLmaGus picking up his gloves. A very respectable armless fight for him as well. And it looks like we have had some map checks. I just saw sab0tender pop in and out real fast. Unfortunately, I didn't catch what any of it was.
Yeah, I missed that as well, unfortunately. Hera's pendant, other crystals. apparently.
Hopefully it's not the green pendant. Maybe these runners can avoid that place. Coming up on the 15-minute mark, still no sword.
Nope, not quite yet.
eLmaGus checking that dig spot. MrBarrybondz is heading up to Death Mountain. Bloomerang at the dig spot.
Nice for menuing. It's nice for menuing.
Yeah, it's nice to have those nice contiguous lines of items so that the item menu plays nicer than it usually does. Question is, where? Oh, eLmaGus is probably checking the sick kit. That's the only reason I can think of with DB right now.
Oh,
Yep,
old
there
man
he
had a
goes.
knife.
Well, I was just talking about it. There's our first sword. So I guess that's commentator's blessing in this case.
Mm-hmm. Could be a curse, though, if that one's right now.
Barrybondz having some trouble getting into Spectacle Rock with the spin speed. Big 20 in the rock. Piece of love on top. Unfortunately, they do not have the mirror yet, so we can't check the top of them now. There's not anything on top of them. Not a whole lot.
And Hera isn't required, apparently.
And Hera's the pendant. They may never go up there. Oh.
Dead rock.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I mean, you can hookshot him all you want, he's not gonna move. They're very rude.
And it's satisfying. eLmaGus making his check in the lumberjack shave. He knows that that's not worth doing. They're gonna look far and wide for either that hammer or one more lift so that they don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we might see either one of those in the Paradox Cave here. Art piece. Art piece. Mirror!
Well, that's Hera, if you're gonna do it.
Big 20. And big 40. eLmaGus stuck at the crossing walk, getting old man across Death Mountain. Gets his sword. Was a little wary around those dead rocks. Didn't want to get stuck behind them.
They were just the worst enemy in the entire game, and the
Moon
game with a
Pearl
lot
was
of really bad
located
enemies.
in Kakariko Well. So with the Moon Pearl and the Mirror, these runners can get to the top of Death Mountain. Oh, there's another shield upgrade on the Death Mountain Island.
There's lots of shields being teased right now.
And I don't think these runners are going to get any of them.
I would be surprised, yeah.
Oh, error as well, almost with the flawless Armos fight. Two little arrows. Didn't quite get that kill before the red Armos went into pissy boss mode.
And Barrybondz looks like he's going into Hera.
Do we know if it's a green pendant or a blue-red pendant?
I am not sure. It looks green, maybe? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention when they checked the map. I think it's probably... It has a better chance of being blue and red, so we'll go with that, I guess, for now.
Yeah, that's a 2-3 chance. It is 2 items, and you can get them fairly quickly if you're lucky. eLmaGus getting the bomb jump across Paradox Cave.
Oh, sab0tender getting trolled by that last red Igor. Just barely not getting that last arrow.
It is real tough to get those 4 shots in before they decide to stop moving. Big key on the ground floor of Harris Tower, so progress can be made here.
Turtle Rock is the green pendant, supposedly, so this is just a lame pendant.
So MrBarrybondz will probably be getting those 2 items that are in Hera and being on his way. Let's hope it's not on Trolldorm. I don't know, what's worse, it being on Trolldorm himself or being in the basement?
Oh, definitely being in the basement. It's always satisfying to kill Trolldorm. It's never satisfying to go downstairs.
So let's hope Trolldorm does have something so Barrybondz can get out of here ASAP. With Boots and Hookshot, Barrybondz will be able to check this big chest right fast.
I think he's going downstairs. I didn't see what the first thing was downstairs, but...
He might be. I think I've seen compass and map so far.
Mm-hmm.
No spin speed for eLmaGus, so he won't have too much trouble getting into this. Oh, he's not going to. He's going. Looks like he's also heading up to Hera. Ironically, this is about as vanilla of a Trolldorm fight as you're gonna get. Boots and fighter swords. That's about all they've got.
Oh, and he does it very nicely. No trouble at all.
Indeed, that was very nice.
Well, there's the map, so...
So he is indeed going downstairs. That is the red pendant. Error getting stuck at the crossing walk too. Stuck between the dead rocks and the flying cabbages. Picks up his level 1 sword as the 3rd of our runners to do so. sab0tender still has not picked his up. We'll see with his hurt now. Oh, he has the mirror. So he's probably going to go for a coffee break. Playing ditch dodging the tiles right now.
Some people like to do with the pot, just walk against the wall. Some people like to grab the wall with the cape. So many strategies for just a simple room.
Alright, let's see what the Space Banana is. Barrybondz navigating nearly the entire item menu for that. Master Sword!
Master Sword.
That is a good dip in there.
So Barrybondz is running out of options at this point. He can go to Old Man Cave here in Desert if he wants to. Looks like he's opting to the front side of Escape.
Master Sword and Lamp, that's Aghanim, and I think MrBarrybondz has seen it. He went straight for Hyrule Castle. Is he going for it? I think he's going for it.
No, he is. Wow. Brave man checking this before Old Man in Desert. I mean, if you get the scent, you just gotta go for it, I guess.
They are only missing. Well, if you think about it probabilistically, though, it's 2 items out of how many that could possibly be there, and it's only 1 item.
That's true. I usually think about it in a way like, it's gonna take me maybe 30 seconds to check the Old Man. It's gonna take me like 4 minutes to do Aghanim's Tower.
If it had been routed into his other checks in Southern Hyrule, it would definitely be not all that long. But since he's gone out of his way to avoid it, he's got to stick to his guns to make it.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see if it pays off. I'm sure everybody wanted to see this anyway, so MrBarrybondz, giving you what you want.
And sab0tender has picked up his first sword from the Old Man. He's going to be grabbing his... he doesn't have his mirror yet, so he can't go up. Ah, he's going to be heading over to Eastern Death Mountain. Which was where the mirror was, I believe.
Yes, it is, since the,
Cool, so he'll be on his way. Hopefully he'll head up to Hera as well. Although with Lamp, Cape, and Fighter Sword, he could just go straight for Aghanim as well. So Hera, technically speaking, has been optional.
True, unless the only other sword in the game that's convenient is there.
Oh, Barry's got to be careful. Nicely done. And there's sab0tender's mirror.
And Barrybondz just not getting good throws with those pots, unfortunately.
Well, the thing to consider as well is those pots do temper damage when you throw them. Temper don't kill red guards.
Isn't that weird that a pot does more damage than your sword? Or is that
Link's
just me?
got some swole arms. And those are some big pots. Those pots are as big as his head.
That's true. That's true. Alright, well, he's coming up here on Aghanim.
Yeah, here we go. Looks like eLmaGus is going to check the Adina cave. He doesn't want anything to do with that Aghanim fight yet.
Yeah, and I don't blame him, because this is the same thing that I would do.
Neither do I. It's going to feel real bad if that's a hammer or a glove upgrade. Ooh, Hera getting bodied by Troldorn, but not falling off. And we have Blue Mail.
Blue Mail, not bad. I mean, it's not what you would want to see, but it's not bad either.
Useful, but not progress. That means, as far as I can tell, Aghanim is required.
That is what it's looking like right now.
And it sounds like Barrybondz is expressing his displeasure with the Morse code on the door. There we go.
And now he's expressing his frustration on Aghanim's spinning corpse, I guess.
Oh, eLmaGus is making one last check. Looks like he's going to head into Castle Escape and see if he can dig anything up.
Well, that's just slip him the pyramid, but he has hook shot, so he can go straight to the west side of Dark World if he wants. He can go down here to Pod.
He's got hook shot and he's got one lift, so he can make it through there.
Mm-hmm. So the Dark World is his oyster at this point, but he's opting
to
to
but it's a long walk around.
Opting to go straight into Pod. I mean, no hammer, but he does have bow, so he'll be able to check, I think, everything.
A lot of chests he can give to. He won't be able to shortcut his way through that back door, but he will be able to access those chests back there.
That's true. But with 5 hearts and green mail, it's going to be no problem just whacking himself on the spikes over and over.
Error picking up his Master Sword here shortly. eLmaGus is going to be very disappointed with the contents of this dungeon. Just a bomb upgrade.
And then when he goes into the dark sewer, he can get bombs for that bomb upgrade. Oh, he's not. He's not. He's just going to Aghanim, which is the right move, as far as we know.
Be out of patience for this. Looks like Eriror is postponing his Aghanim fight as well. He's checking all those extra light world locations. Nobody wants to run Aghanim.
I believe that's Fire Rod.
That's Fire Rod. And yes, Chad is correct. Bow and Lamp unlock everything in Palace of Darkness except for Helmasaur himself. You have to do a little bit of tricky maneuvering to get around a couple of those hammer tech spots.
Well,
But
I guess he had mirror, so he didn't have to kill himself. Unfortunately,
he unfortunately didn't have to kill himself? That's dark.
MrBarrybondz. Yeah, the definitely. I could have phrased that better.
Error is setting up a plate clipper so he can go check Zora and the fairy fountain. And he's got it. sab0tender heading down into the basement to pick up his Master Sword shortly. Given the density of chests and the location itself, given how these players have to enter Dark World, House of Darkness is definitely a good fight.
And he'll be happy he came here too, because when he goes over to the west side, he has that fire rod for Skull Woods, which is 5/6, I think.
Nice. Yeah, getting the fire rod will give him access to Skull Woods. It'll give him access to Ice Palace if he needs to go in there. Which Ice Palace is also a crystal dungeon. So even if he double dips, this is getting that fire rod is a good pickup.
Yeah, and for all we know, it might be unavoidable to have to double dip here.
Very well might be.
Well, he's just opting to go straight to the maze instead of checking the chest below the turtle room.
So at this point, that's a good question. What could be on pedestal? Hera is a pendant, Turtle Rock is a pendant, and Misery Mire is a pendant. Is there anything left that could be... Flippers could be on the pedestal.
Yes, flippers could be. Flute can't be, flippers can't be.
No, flippers can't be, because flippers are logically required to do...
I was just
not
eliminating that from the list.
Ice Palace. It could be flippers. Flippers could be on the pedestal. What else could be on the pedestal? Ice Rod technically could be, but that wouldn't be useful to our runners.
It could be, but it wouldn't be as far as we know right now, yeah.
The only thing Ice Rod will be useful for is killing Trinex, and Trinex is green pendant.
Could Hammer be? No, Hammer is required to get into Turtle Rock, so that's out of there.
To get into Turtle Rock.
So not much, unfortunately.
It could be one of the missing medallions, but both medallion dungeons aren't required.
Nope.
There's the Titan's Mitt. Oh, that's an evil place for Titan's Mitts.
That is the jerk move of the century right now.
Titan's Mitts in the King's Cave.
Though as far as the routing goes, that's actually pretty convenient, huh? Because he's going to have to come over here anyway.
He's mirrored through all of these light world areas. Looks like sab0tender is heading into his Aghanim fight as well. And I think Error just checked his last location that he could. He just checked again and got his blue mail. Although he went to Sanctuary, so he might have one more area that he... Oh, he's got a... Does he have a bottle? Tracker doesn't say he has a bottle. What could he be going to Kakariko Village for?
It seems like he probably does if he's coming down here.
Yeah.
Unless he's just coming to say hi. I mean, he could just be going to say hi.
He is a sick kid. He could use some company. Just a big 20 for his troubles.
Error during the meaningless struggle to try and get away from him, but
you
have to go over there anyway.
You don't want to do it.
Barrybondz.
Everybody resisted that.
Didn't Barrybondz get a bottle, or am I crazy? Because he's going up here for this bottle.
I don't know if Barrybondz collected a bottle or not, but another bottle is not bad.
He actually doesn't have a bottle. Okay. That's interesting. Well, now he does. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh, that
Mixed by
pincer
the
attack.
pterodactyls.
That was some Air Force stuff. The way they flew at him. Both sides.
But at least with Aghanim dead, it's not too long of a walk.
Well, he has mitts now too, so he can just.
Oh yes, that's true. He has quick thieves town entrance or access, which is probably where he was heading in the first place when those two birds decided to dive bomb him.
Yep, that looks like where he's headed right now.
Yeah, Village of Outcast is a treasure trove of goods. Not surprising.
Yep, and you can complete 2 dungeons while he's here. He doesn't have hammer, which is unfortunate.
So you won't be able to check that big chest in Thieves Town, and I've seen some absolutely horrible things in that chest before.
You definitely don't want it in the back of your mind, ever. Though, if I recall right, he did skip that chest and pod just below the turtle room, so if something's there, that could also come back to bite him.
Since it's a crystal dungeon, it's not too big of a deal. He will have to come back to it eventually. And so I really can't see a reason that somebody would skip that one in particular.
Yeah,
He might have just miscounted and thought that he'd found all the items already.
Maybe, but this was before he went to Dark Maze, so at the same time.
eLmaGus is in the area. We'll keep an eye on him and see if that chest has anything useful in it.
Yeah, he's right near there.
sab0tender in his Aghanim fight. Ready to head in the dark world as well. Error is right behind him. Oh, that was a very, very clutch.
eLmaGus also skipping that room. So I wonder, somebody in chat said it's just the case. So I wonder if that's something you know based on the logic.
It could very well be. Yeah, if they've cleared out all of the other items, and there aren't enough keys left, that's the last chest that they have available to them. There is one key door in the actual approach to Helmasaur, so they might know explicitly that last chest is a key item.
I learned something today. If you have 3 keys left at this point, you check that room. If you only have 2, it's a small key. Write that down, everybody.
MrBarrybondz, you gotta be careful, he's low on health. Making a full sweep of that room to try and pick up as many hearts as he can.
Yeah, this is not a fun fight to do with low hearts at all.
Low hearts and only green mail.
Though those spikes will hit you for 1 either way.
That's
Oh,
true.
he falls down the pit.
Oh no, that's gonna eat him. Oh, he might have done that on purpose.
Oh,
He
yeah,
missed
that's
that
actually...
first fire, first door.
Never mind, that was well done.
Completely intentional. It's that give though, real quick. Oh, we have a catfish check. Let's see what Tushinoko has for us. Just some money.
Wow, that was beautiful.
That was exceptional. Except the burrito.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna clear this dungeon anyway, you might as well just start from the back if you have Fire Rod.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, you get both items right away, and then you can skip all the other chests.
Looks like we've got sound, but no picture right now.
Yeah, we'll get that fixed for you guys. Just be patient, please. We'll try and figure out what's going on based on the sound.
MrBarrybondz heading back into Skull Woods, obviously.
Yes, I hear the bouncing.
Heading into the front end of Skull Woods. Unfortunately, Barry is the only one that wants to even begin to have any explanation as to what's going on. He's the one we have sound for.
Well, I think you just got a heart piece. Or a
Sounds
heart
like
container.
it. I heard some health refill there. Stream comes back up and he's got 7 hearts. We know what he got.
MrBarrybondz doing the bomb jump to big chest. Now he's mirroring out.
The ultimate irony would be if they were approaching blind as this was happening.
That would be amazing. Well, while we're having these technical difficulties, if you're enjoying the run, be sure to give all these guys a follow. You can't see it, but they're working very hard for your entertainment.
And thank you as well to Indispensable and Renubis for doing our tracking today. They're going to have a hard time catching up after this.
But yeah, the restream is aware of the issue, and they are working to fix it. That was the chest game.
There's Thieves Town open.
And he looks like he went right inside.
Sounds like it.
So now we are in Thieves Town, and we can't see anything. So
Now we're really blind.
the playing field is even now.
Thankfully, we have some very attentive chat tenders who are also watching these players stream their games straight up. Hopefully, they'll be able to get our trackers up to date once things are running again, or keep them up to date as we're going. At least they can practice frame perfect tricks, because they're all on the same frame.
They were taking a while with that map check. Wants to be extra sure he gets everything right. Barry found Hammer and TT well.
That's the best place to find it. That'll let them full clear the area.
Won't have to worry about that big chest at all.
So it sounds like it's getting through the hallway and heading towards the hellway shortly. Heading through the hellway with very little difficulty. We heard him head upstairs. Getting bodied by the crickets.
Heading upstairs now.
Oh, now we've lost sound too.
Now we're deaf and blind.
This is either a good sign or a bad sign.
Let me just tap into the ether and psychic my way to figure out what's going on. Oh, they lost
Nobody has
sound.
the even medallion. How are you going to tap into it?
I don't know. I'll have to figure that out in the next 30 seconds. Oh, I see movement.
Yep, streams are moving. eLmaGus on Dark Death Mountain. sab0tender in Thieves Town as well. Mr. Barrybondz headed downstairs into the cell area of Beef's Town. And Error heading up to Catfish.
Alright, it looks like they found Quake in the meantime as well as Hammer.
Mr. Barrybond's sprite is a little confusing right now. I thought for certain we already had them made and he was heading back down into the dungeons. So what else is required for these runners to hit their go mode? They don't need Flute to get to Misery Mire. They don't need Ice Rod to get into Turtle Rock.
So
I
that
think the only thing they're missing is Flippers.
Hammer, well no. Barrybondz is not missing.
They've got Hammer. They don't need Pain of Samaria because once again, Misery Mire and Turtle Rock are not required, and Ice Palace can be completed without Pain.
That's true, unless the big key in Gen's tower is on the right side.
Oh, no, but chat has a good point. Eledriel says, aim for right side Ganon Tower check. They might need it for that.
And that would just be the best.
That would be the absolute worst, and I'm really hoping it happens. Barrybondz with the Cape Track. Fighting fine. Finish them off.
I could not see what that was.
I could not see what that was.
Not because the stream was down or anything, it's just too bright.
Too many particle effects.
Someone turn off the bloom, please.
Might be able to see it on sab0tender.
Apparently it was just bombs.
Bomb upgrade! And Chestkin gets checked by eLmaGus, just a single bomb and a heart container. Error has just picked up his Titan tip by the look of it. He just came out of King's Tomb.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Barrybondz is headed to check out the digging game. We are in a scavenger hunt for the Flippers. Some very efficient digging.
For $1.
For one single rupee.
That was talent wasted.
Now the world needs ditch diggers too. Oh, I hope Error does a good dive bomb as well. Those pterodactyls are coming after him.
Oh, he just annihilates them.
Shot down.
Firing those anti-aircraft guns. AKA the hookshot.
I apologize for that phone alert. Hopefully nobody heard that.
I heard nothing, so you're probably good.
Mr. Barrybondz taking the Smith back to his house. Let's see what they're making today.
So Flippers on pedestal is the last hope, basically, if you want to see a pedestal seed.
They're making money today! So is this the Royal Mint of Hyrule today, apparently?
I guess so.
Grabbing Gary's lunchbox, gonna go check that as well. And immediately after that... Where would he be heading immediately after that?
Let's
Without
think.
Flippers, he can't make a play for Swamp Palace, and...
He does have the hammer. If he wanted to do pod, he could check Pyramid Fairy after doing that.
Ah. And also, I don't think anyone has checked Hype Cave yet.
No, I think you're right, unless they did it during that
There's
downtime
no
he had.
way that anyone could have gotten in there. Not the way these runners have been routing themselves.
Seems very unlikely. That's correct. But
Because
this is a
you
really
need-
nice.
You need the hammer out of Thieves Town in order to access the Dark Portal in Southern Hyrule. And once you're already there, you can't. What's the word I'm looking for? Even as long as we were down 4, there's no way that any of those runners could have gotten into Thieves Town, gotten a hammer, and gotten themselves all the way back out to Southern Hyrule without us noticing.
Probably not.
Looks like Stumpy's meeting up Pete Moss today, handing us over some explosives. Error getting himself the burrito from Macula. He'll be heading back into Skull Woods to wrap that up shortly. And just a big chunk of love.
The tracker doesn't show up, but MrBarrybondz, yeah, okay, never mind, there you go. He did complete Skullwoods in a very impressive fashion.
Alright, here we go. Hype Cave. Piece of heart. Big 20. Big 40. Red Gatorade.
Wow.
And the flippers!
There you go, guys.
Assuming
It's
we
over.
do not need to access right side Ganon's Tower, we are in go mode. We are in Schrodinger's go mode until we hit Ganon's Tower. If they find the cane, then they are good to go.
This is very true. And he's just opting to do Swamp Boys here. I don't blame him at all.
It's right there. He just got the flipper. Sounds like a good plan to me. eLmaGus has the same plan.
It's a good idea. I wonder if they'll just go mode it and just assume that Red Cane is not required.
Oh, that'd be a bad move to make, in my opinion.
Well, let's hope they make it.
Bloomerang.
Let's hope they make it, and then it is actually on the right side.
That could definitely set someone up for a come from behind victory here.
Well, that's true. They don't actually have Desert Palace access, so they won't be go-butting this. They'll be looking for either flute or the book.
What do they need flute for?
Either to get to desert from the mirror spot, or to.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right.
yeah.
So they still need to find that book. There's no way they're gonna go mode this Swamp Palace.
Indeed, getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Who remembers book? Nobody ever wants to use book.
So, book could be on pedestal, couldn't it?
I don't think that book can do that.
It can. It can actually, and it has a really funny message if it is. But
You have to blind pull book if
Yes.
book is on the pedestal.
and then if you check it, it says this is a paradox. And it's everybody laughs.
That's terrible. sab0tender heading into Hype Cave, he'll be getting his flippers shortly, and I expect that he will also be getting straight to Swamp Palace. Although it looks like Magus has changed his mind. He's checking under the bridge.
That's true. Book could be on ped, but then you need flute from Mr. and Meyer, and then what's the point? So I got my hopes up, and then they were dashed immediately.
Big 20 under the bridge. Barrybondz opting to go straight into the back of the Swamp Palace, not checking the left side. Not having the big key yet, it might be worth doing. I don't know that I've ever seen anyone walk around the outside of Ice Palace like that before. And eLmaGus is heading into Ice Palace.
Yeah, he does not have hammer. He did not go into Thieves' Town, I believe, because otherwise he would have it. And that's something that some of the more skilled runners like to do, is they don't like to go into Thieves' Town without the hammer.
I don't blame him. Having that last chest being blocked by the hammer is an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. Though in this case, it's hurting him a little bit. Because he won't be able to complete this either.
It's going to cost him in the long run, but from their perspective, it's the play to make.
Mm-hmm.
MrBarrybondz finally picking up the first shield of the game. We've seen all 3 shields. All runners have been avoiding them like the plague. MrBarrybondz has finally had one forced on him.
You can run, but you can't hide. It's the lesson of the day.
Book or Flute can put us in Churning or Go mode. We will not know if they are in Go mode until they get to Ganon's Tower and find the big key. If they find the cane along the way, then they are absolutely in Go mode. eLmaGus clearing the Staphos room with a single bomb shot. Very nice.
Eriror bumping into his skull, conveniently hidden by the grass. He will be getting his flippers very shortly. eLmaGus opting to blow up the penguins, the bombs. It's always nice to see.
Or not eLmaGus, Saboteur picking up his fire rod on Pod. And yes indeed, MrBarrybondz went back into Swamp House to check the left side.
Yeah, he tried to avoid it, but more often than not, you're going to be going over there anyway.
As many items as Swamp Palace has, if you're not immediately in Go mode when you start that place, you're probably heading back in.
Oh, definitely. You might get the miracle and just have compass and map on the left side, but that rarely happens. Barry does still need either the book or flute, and potentially the red cane too.
It's a low chance. There aren't many chests on the right-hand side, but if it's there, he needs it.
Yep, there's no way around that. And flute or book could be as far as green pendant. Unless there's a more diabolical combination of ways to hide that.
The only place that flute can't be is in Misery Fire.
Mm-hmm. And in this particular seed, it can't be on the pedestal either, but...
Yeah. Indeed, Hammer was in Thieves' Town. Some of our runners have grabbed it. Coming up on the last chest on Swamp Palace, let's see what we got. Red Meringue, no love. Error having second thoughts about going into Ice Palace.
I don't blame him. With no hammer, I'm not, very fond of that idea either. Especially since he just got his fire rod, I believe. No, he didn't.
He also doesn't have his hammer yet, so he can't finish it.
Mm-hmm. And Thieves' Town seems more appealing to me than Ice Palace without hammer.
Ooh, yeah. Well, you can at least finish Thieves' Town without the hammer. You can,
exactly.
You can beat one. You literally cannot enter Gold Stairs Arena without that hammer. Oh no!
Oh, he's putting those swole arms to use.
MrBarrybondz getting blocked hard by the rocks. Looks like Barrybondz and Error both are going to be checking their Dark World Death Mountain chests. And eLmaGus has entered into Thieves' Town. He'll be getting his hammer somewhere along the way. In fact, I think he just did. Unfortunately, we were blind as most of these previous runners were running through Thieves' Town. So we don't actually know where it is.
Could be anywhere. There it is.
There we go. Super Bunny Cave with a heart piece and some bombs. And sab0tender making his way down to Helmasaur Cave.
That'll be the first we've seen of Helmasaur King. I believe Hookshot Cave was already checked. I don't think it was anything. Oh, it's getting checked right now, so we'll know either way.
Big 20. Heart piece. Big 40. And heart container. Not a lot. sab0tender having some trouble with those on-off turtles. Heading down into the final approach. No silver arrow, so he's in for a bit of a protracted fight. 17 hits with the hammer, and quite a few bow shots to finish off Helmasaur.
Though that can be just as easy as silver arrows if he just stands there and takes it for you.
You get lucky and he just sits there. Oh, unfortunately he's on his way. Oh, no, he's holding still. sab0tender opted to just sword slash him down, though.
Well,
The flute!
That's a good item to find.
Das Flute! That's Desert Palace unlocked.
I think he's in Schrodinger's Go mode at this point.
We are back in Schrodinger's Go mode until we hit Ganon's Tower.
So sab0tender hitting that at a respectable 1 minute, 1 hour and 2 minutes.
1 minute and 2 seconds, Go mode!
Yeah, he's a pretty good runner.
Fastest on record. I hesitate to officially put him in Go mode, though, until he finds that red cane.
Yeah, we'll just
Because
put like
if he gets locked, that's it. He's done.
Yeah. We'll just put a little asterisk next to that. Some conditions may apply.
And Jet raises a good point. As soon as Barrybondz had that hammer, he could have finished by. He's been going out of his way to finish a lot of other locations, though, so he hasn't been wasting his time. These are all objectives that the other players are going to have to finish.
And he's cleared most of that out anyway, so I can understand the temptation to do other things besides go back in there.
Nope, with that hammer, all he's got to do is go in through the back door, kill those mimics, bash down those pegs, and go straight to the back. eLmaGus clearing out blind, getting his crystal.
And eLmaGus will be not that far behind, actually.
Now, eLmaGus is at 3 crystals. sab0tender at 3 crystals as well. MrBarrybondz at 4 crystals. Error at 2.
And if eLmaGus opts to do pod first, like finish that off, he'll get his flute, and he might just go mode Ice Palace and Swamp Palace.
Indeed. If it turns out that that cane is here in Ice Palace, well, actually, no, we've seen someone finish Ice Palace. Or, no.
And he went in there, but he didn't finish it because he didn't have hammer.
Yeah, that's right. eLmaGus has taken a look inside, and sab0tender had some second thought. Almost making it past that fireball. And just like you said, eLmaGus is heading straight to pod. He's going to be grabbing his flute. He's going to be entering Sharepfinger's go mode just the same as sab0tender.
Yep. Hopefully that doesn't bind him in the butt by Red Cane being in Ice Palace and that be required.
Or worse yet, Red Cane being somewhere in MrBarrybondz, or...
That's also very possible right now.
Nobody's even looked at MrBarrybondz yet. We may not even have the pendant to get into it.
No, if it's Ether, it's good old vanilla.
Indeed, Master Sword is as far as you need to go for sword upgrade.
Barrybondz trying to hammer the anti-fairy or whatever. It doesn't quite work. He's probably trying to item dash actually, but oh.
And there's the book.
That's interesting. That's actually really interesting.
So we have Schrodinger's go mode in two different ways.
Yep. And he might just go right there.
And now that the book has been located, Red Cane could be on. Red Cane could be on. Could Red Cane be on? Can't be on pedestal, but it could be on one of the. It could be either the Ether or the Bombo samples.
It definitely could be. Ether would be the kindest place if it is required.
Now, sab0tender has headed over to MrBarrybondz with that flute. Unfortunately, I didn't see the pendant requirement. Just some arrows in the checkerboard cave. sab0tender will likely be heading straight into desert as soon as it's over. Yep, there he goes. They are in Schrodinger's go mode until they know where the final key is in Ganon's tower, because the cane is required to access right side Ganon's tower.
And you can't blame him for checking quick spots like the Mire Shed or Checkerboard Cave,
Oh no,
just to
absolutely
try and
not.
find it.
Oh, Barrybondz got to be careful. 2 hearts. Anything that hits him is going to kill him.
Oh! Oh!
Oh.
No! 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 No!
That might have been his lead.
And he just stopped save and quit. He doesn't want to deal with that right now.
sab0tender and MrBarrybondz are both in Schrodinger's go mode in different ways. Error still needs either the flute or the book. Flute is on Helmasaur King, and the book is in Ice Palace.
And now he's just going to go pod, apparently.
Oh, eLmaGus has finished off Helmasaur King as well. He's got his flute, and he's singing to the duck.
Unfortunately, that death is kind of a big deal.
Oh yeah, Ice Cold Stare deaths are terrible.
Definitely one of the biggest time losses to a boss, I believe. If not the biggest.
There really is no graceful way to recover from that. Ice Palace is a very linear dungeon.
And I assume eLmaGus is doing this in this order, just so he can have the comfort, if he finds the red cane, of knowing he can just beast mode, Ice Palace and Swamp Palace.
Indeed. Oh man, it's not even checking the Mystery Miner. He doesn't want any of that. Looks like Error is heading into Swamp. He has everything he needs to finish it. Unfortunately, there's not much useful in there, just the person he needs.
And he'll have to full clear that, or risk missing something important from his perspective.
Indeed. sab0tender hitting into the Land Mola fight. He's got the Fire Rod, but no double magic, so he might run out. He gets some good shots. One miss, two miss. Even if he'd landed all those shots, he still would have gotten the 0 cycle, so he's going to be here, bet. eLmaGus hitting in shortly too. Using the lamp to light those torches to preserve his magic.
Fire Rod goes a long way to making this fight shorter, for sure.
Fire Rod does some considerable damage to Land Molas. MrBarrybondz, slow and methodical with those turtles and final approach to Helmasaur.
And eLmaGus just demonstrating right there how fast Fire Rod makes this fight.
Absolutely destroyed. Opting for hammer hits to finish off Helmasaur. Making quick work of him.
It's the first time I've actually seen somebody whack him after the masks comes off with a hammer, but
It's
works
quick,
well.
That hitbox is small. Grabs his flute, grabs his crystal, he's on his way back into this game. sab0tender making his way down into Ice Palace. Hopefully he won't have the same fate as MrBarrybondz.
We can only hope not.
I can only hope so. Opting not to just bombos the whole room, probably trying to preserve his magic as much as possible. Without that double magic, bombos is a pretty expensive toy to use.
Davecom3, the tracker is not actually run by Barrybondz, it's actually run by... Actually, this is a good time to mention it. If you like the tracking, if you like people, give the trackers a follow too. Because they do a hard job.
Indeed, that is our industrial indispensable and Renubus.
And they've been doing a really good job.
For us today.
Even tracking while the stream was frozen. Going the extra mile, definitely deserve your love and support.
MrBarrybondz heading into Desert Palace through the front door because he's the only one with book right now.
Interesting that he opted to do the book
It
instead
makes
of the float.
sense. It's a lot fewer transitions with the same amount of walking you have to do. There's a little bit of walking you have to do in the front of Desert Palace, but ultimately, I'd say it works out faster to use the book's front end.
I never thought about that.
The Dark World transition and the Mirror transition back out are actually pretty time consuming.
eLmaGus going to Argus now. I suspect you'll probably check the 3 chests down here just because they're quick.
They almost certainly will. I imagine that Kane is still hanging out in the back of their minds.
Yeah, and you're so used to having that be required for just dungeons that sometimes you might think it's still required and not even consider that you don't need it to complete the dungeons themselves.
That's perfectly true as well. I've had a seat before where mirror wasn't required. I spent a good 15 minutes looking for mirror. Some of the more common items, not having them available to you, you might still be looking for them.
Especially when you run this so much.
Error with a good quick kill of Argus.
Very
Couple of
nicely
spin
done.
slashes and some fire rod shots. Let's see if he goes back in to clear out the left side. Yep, right back inside. MrBarrybondz with a full magic bar. Does he get it? He gets it!
Yep, zero cycle with the fire rod.
Picks up his big 20, picks up his crystal.
And that just leaves for him Ice Palace.
Yep, straight down to Cold Stare.
Oh, eLmaGus getting dropped on. But he finishes off Argus very nicely. And that leaves him with Ice Palace as well, so eLmaGus and MrBarrybondz on relatively even terms right now.
Yes, but actually, did eLmaGus clear out Ice Palace?
No, he could not. I don't think he did.
I don't
anyway.
think he has. So eLmaGus has a slight disadvantage heading into this. Ironically, because MrBarrybondz
Oh.
died.
eLmaGus is getting trolled by everything. The skull blocking his dash, and then the pig and the garbage bag just give him all the hugs.
Thou shalt not pass. Three runners all in Ice Palace all at the same time, and I wouldn't be surprised if Eriror heads over there himself. He's heading in the right direction for it.
Yep, it certainly looks that way, so might have a big old party in Ice Palace.
There he is going to be in and out, and probably off to Ganon's Tower immediately after that.
Well, looks like he's going
already
to
cleared the place
pod.
out. He just has to kill Cold Stare.
They're opting to go into pod, which is, you know, a good play for him. He'll get his flute in here.
As it stands, it's one of his only two options. He can't get into the desert, he can't get into anything else because he doesn't have Kane. These runners could potentially get a couple of items in Turtle Rock, and some of the items in Misery Mire, but Misery Mire is miserable to have to go into for just items. There's only 2 items available in Misery Mire.
And so many small keys.
It's all small keys, and most of them are completely redundant.
They are so useless.
Oh, Vandalite has a good point. What if they are Kane locked, but it's a fetch quest item in Ganon's Tower itself? Mushroom in Ganon's Tower, mushroom leads to Kane.
That's not nice at all, I would say.
I want to see it. I want it to happen.
It would just be a shame if they had to sit through like Tile Room and then go deliver that one.
Oh man! Tire room to mushroom, mushroom to powder. Powder has Kane. Big key on right side.
I too like to dream.
Oh, sab0tender taking a death as well. And I think it was Cold Stare that got him.
Oh Yeah, that sucks. That's not an easy fight, though, by any means, especially with just Master Sword.
There is a good reason that the blue male is in Ice Palace in the vanilla game. Ice Palace is where the difficulty kicks up. Oh, MrBarrybondz gotta be careful. He's got 4 hearts, 2 hits left.
Oh, there's one.
1 hit left. Not again. Not again.
Okay, he pulls it out.
Got it.
That's
Just don't
great
get
job.
hit by those falling ice blocks. Picks up his map. Picks up his crystal.
eLmaGus and MrBarrybondz dead even right now.
Wow, eLmaGus made very quick time through that dungeon. Didn't bother picking up anything by the looks of it. Didn't grab the book. So he's considering himself in go mode even with that missing cane.
Yep. And now that we have all 7 crystals, we can have a game that we like to play.
And chat is already playing it. There are 22 chests in Ganon's Tower. Which chest has the big E? Unfortunately, we can't have the bot up to put you guys on the leaderboard. That's only for the official tournament, but hey, we can still have some fun.
If you guess correctly, then I'll say hi to you.
You win the commenters' official love and affection.
Yes, that's all we can offer right now.
Where do you want to be now?
I'm hoping for right side, just because I'm...
Just want to get that cane lock, huh?
Yeah. This is a good race, I don't want to end too quickly.
They're going too fast! Yep, MrBarrybondz has made his way up to Turtle Rock, using that portal to go to Ganon's Tower. eLmaGus headed to Super Bunny Cave, he'll be right behind him.
Eridur, it looks like he's going to activate his flute.
That'll send him off to, likely, Desert Palace. He'll probably be checking his Remire for his quick items, though. Synchronized crystal spinning for eLmaGus and MrBarrybondz.
Yeah, this is a very, very close race between these two.
They are seconds apart at this point.
Should come down to quite a few things, but mostly
eLmaGus
the
entering in
gambles.
22:19. MrBarrybondz entering in 22:20.
That doesn't get much closer.
Both going right side. Number 1!
You kidding me?
Go.
Come on.
This is gonna be a quick one.
Yeah, what a killjoy.
I'll just have to head down to left side, grab one of those extra... Oh, there's the key on the pedestal. Bob is dead. Goodbye, Bob. Oh, where's eLmaGus going? You don't need that key, eLmaGus.
Well, it looks like Zatcherine is the one who got it, so... Congratulations.
MrBarrybondz heading into the gauntlet with a slight lead.
Yep, and from here it's literally just all execution.
It's gonna be a long Ganon fight with just Master Sword and regular arrows, though.
Yep, no silvers, that's a lot of spins. A lot of chances for somebody to make a mistake.
There are 4 chests along the gauntlet. There are 2 in the mini Helmasaur room, there is 1 in the anti-fairy block room, and there is 1 in the Trolldorm validation chest. Those are the last chances to get silvers or tempered sword.
And they have to be hoping for it, because nobody...
You know they're gonna check it. You know they're gonna check it.
Nobody wants to do
Oh, watch out, Mary.
Civilist Master Sword. And yeah, he's getting pretty low. He might take
He
a
got
safety.
bodied by those spike traps pretty hard.
He cannot get hit on this bridge.
Oh, and chat brings up a good point too. eLmaGus does not have a lot of arrows. I think
He
he's on
does
his
not.
last
Well, he
one.
just got 10.
Oh, there we go. That'll do it.
And Barrybondz opting to take the safety fairies,
I
which
don't blame him.
no,
heading
that does
into
put him
the
quite a
bomb
bit behind eLmaGus at this point. So eLmaGus has 2 hearts. No powder, so he won't be able to refill his
might be
health.
wishing he'd taken that pit stop too. Oh.
Yeah, this is...
Meanwhile, off on the right side, Error finishing off Land Mole, sab0tender finishing off Argus. Well, just getting started with Argus. These 2 dungeons, finishing them off will send them both into Ice Palace.
Yep, and they won't have to worry about finding Red Cane, though. They're probably still going to check for it if they haven't
They're
already.
probably still in the back of their mind.
But they're going to be very happy when they get here.
Oh, back into critical health. Watch out, Barry.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay,
He's got a red
potion.
potion.
Okay, thank God. I would have broken my heart right now.
Both Barry and eLmaGus playing it fast and loose, trying to get up Ganon's, get up that gauntlet as fast as they can. No Bugman either, so they're out of resources, or at least Barry is.
eLmaGus might have a potion. I'm not sure if he does or not, though.
eLmaGus has a B.
Well, that's all you need, right? eLmaGus standing there to not risk the Ganon's Tower despawn.
Error grabbing himself some potions from the witch's hut just to make cold stay just a little bit easier. Here's the first of the chests in the gauntlet. That look like a bottle.
There is something very nice. Assuming I saw that correctly.
Look like a bottle and a key, you mean?
Oh, was it a key? I thought it was a tempered sword. Maybe I'm just seeing things.
And does he check it? He does check it. Just a piece of
Nope,
heart.
that was the tempered sword.
Oh, excellent. Yep, there's that lovely red bacon skin. That'll definitely cut down time on Ganon's fight.
Oh yeah.
Yep, tempered sword for MrBarrybondz. Bacon makes everything better.
Okay, we have Eriror making his way through Ice Palace. And we have sab0tender checking the left side in Swamp Palace. He already killed Argus, so that's going to be a waste of time, but you gotta do it.
It's the right choice from his perspective. Looking over at the SRL chat itself, it looks like we do. Oh, we just had the first dot done with Killer at 22 with a time of 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 27 seconds.
Very well done by him.
MrBarrybondz and eLmaGus are not going to be far behind that.
No, not at all. The tempered makes this a little less exciting.
It's a little
From our
less scary
perspective.
now.
Yeah.
It takes, I think, 8 swings, 8 spin slashes with. Wow, that was a triple, wasn't it?
It was, but I think one of them didn't count because I hit at the same time.
Ah, bummer.
It looked cool, though. It looked cool.
eLmaGus entering into the Ganon fight. Ganon wants a spicy burrito. eLmaGus could very well take second place.
No, he has 3 hearts. He's got to be
3
careful.
hearts.
He's got to be so careful. But he's in phase 3 now.
He's in the final phase. Ah, sab0tender checking the Bombos tablet. Big
$300.
cash for the Bombos tablet.
Well, he'll retire more nicely than the rest of the runners, I think.
Finish first or finish rich.
Barry has screen mail too. This is a scary fight. Oh, the
Barry
bad.
takes it down.
4 hearts of damage on those things with green mail.
Magus isn't doing much better. He's only got 3 hearts. That blue mail's only going to protect him a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Doing good, though. Error heading into Cold Stare. Sab0tender just entering Ice Palace. Ooh, and eLmaGus just barely comes in 3rd place, just behind F. Coughlin. F. Coughlin taking 2nd with 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 23 seconds. eLmaGus taking 3rd with 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 28 seconds. Yugabonk finishing 4th with 1 hour, 30 minutes, 49 seconds.
Unfortunately, Barry took another death to Ganon.
Oh, this is the worst cycle to get in. You have no resources, you just want it to be done. Oh. There's nothing to it but to just bash your head against poor Ganon there.
Yeah, and it's not easy when you only have like 2 hits of leeway either.
No, it is a very small margin of error.
No.
Again. Oh.
Ganon is making Barry into a very, very spicy burrito right now.
Indeed.
Well, eLmaGus did finish. Maybe we should see if he wants to come in. It looks like he will be joining us in 1 minute.
Excellent. I imagine he needs a little bit of a breather after that. Tempered was in the mini Helmasaur room on the Gauntlet approach to Agni.
Very fortunately, unfortunately for us.
It would have been a much longer game fight without that Tempered pickup.
Okay, Barry making it to the 3rd phase now.
Pretty good. Ooh, careful.
Coming right in for that hug. Barry does not give it to him though.
Ooh, gotta be careful not to knock himself off the map.
He has to be careful with his magic too. He does not have a lot. So he's gonna have to use that lamp the entire fight.
Now that is the problem with getting into this cycle. The longer it goes, the less mana you have to finish the fight with. And Gamer Cow has finished 5th place with a time of 1:32.50.
Oh, Error is at Ganon's Tower while sab0tender is at Cold Stare. Did sab0tender die again?
He did.
That is unfortunate. He has potions this time though, so he should be okay.
Indeed, he went out of his way to grab those potions.
He's got to drink one right now.
And there we go! MrBarrybondz finishes in 6th, time of 1:33.39. Followed by DL Dark Link in 7th place with 1:34.15. And Dude with 8th place with 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 16 seconds.
Yep. Barry played very, very well for most of the run.
Barry did very well. Just
he could have been the first of our featured runners. Yep. Fortunately, could have been the first of our featured runners. Unfortunate that he died to Cold Stare and then Ganon a few times, but it's very hard. This game.
No, this game can be pretty unforgiving, especially if it doesn't want to give you those exceptionally good upgrades.
Okay, it looks like Mr. eLmaGus is in the waiting room. We'll try and get him in here in a second.
Ooh, Error just about taking a death.
And there's MrBarrybondz as well in the waiting room. We'll get them in here for you very soon. Okay, we have sab0tender going up Death Mountain this time. He's going to get into GT and be very happy if he checks right side first.
It's a very common strategy. Most players will go for right side first, assuming they can find that small key in there, but they found the big key instead.
Yep. A little less beneficial if you don't have the Arcane, but I mean, it's still good to check that. It's really quick, and the big key is there, and it is this time. It saves you a lot of time.
And ninth place has been decided. Nikon with a time of 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 2 seconds. They're making short work of Landmola 2. sab0tender going out of his way to check the foot truck cave. He wants that cane.
He wants Cane, or he wants Tempered, he wants Silvers, he wants something. But he's gonna get nothing. He gets nothing. You get nothing, sir. Good day.
Good day, sir. Now, this seed was extremely light on equipment. Fairly light on hearts, too. sab0tender heading into Ganon's tower. Oh, Error takes a death on the conveyor bridge.
We'll get them in here for you 1 second. We need somebody with the proper permissions to do that. We haven't forgotten about you guys. And that's unfortunate. Spot to die as well. Those fall deaths can really catch you by surprise, since you take so much extra damage from the fall, a full heart.
Yep, falling is trap damage. sab0tender opting for... Did sab0tender go straight left?
He must have. I don't know why.
I think he did, because there's no reason to keep going.
Oh no, he has the big key. He's just hunting for the
He wants that equipment.
I mean, when you see how much trouble MrBarrybondz had, it's hard to blame him.
You see how much trouble sab0tender has had. Can't you blame him?
Oh, there's
the
Ice
Rod.
Rod. He can go complete Turtle Rock now. Well, no, he can't. He doesn't have the grid key. So I guess he was just checking those sport chests, and now he's just like, yeah, whatever.
They're pretty quick. And there we go. We've got MrBarrybondz in the stream. Congratulations, sir.
And there is eLmaGus as well. GG, both.
GG!
I see it lighting up. I don't hear a word, though, for MrBarrybondz.
Oh, my bad. I had my mic up.
No problem.
There we go.
Yeah, good game. That was a fun seed.
You
That
like
was a
that?
light seed. Not a lot of equipment in that run.
Yeah, unfortunately, I guess I skipped Aegina's Cave, which had Blue Mail.
You did. You went straight to Aghanim instead of checking that, which surprised me at the time, but it ended up being required, so it was the right call in some ways.
It's a lead for a fair bit of the game, but it actually cost you it because of that cold stare and that Ganon death.
Oh yeah, that cold stare death, I was a little bit on tilt when that happened.
Very understandable. That's a hard death to take.
What was even more unfortunate too is like once I finished Swamp Palace, I thought about going straight to Pod since I was already in the Dark World. I was like, okay, I'll just go right there, but then I decided I'm gonna check Dark Death Mountain first.
Darkness Mountain didn't really pay out all that well. There wasn't a whole lot there.
No, it was just junk, trash items.
Eriror is on Lenmola 2 now. sab0tender making his way through the gauntlet.
Indeed, our last two runners making their way through the gauntlet with pretty good ease. And eLmaGus, congratulations on 3rd place throughout the entire race.
Thank you.
It came in pretty close there.
Yeah, you two were going into Ganon's tower within seconds of each other. It was so close
Within
when you were
milliseconds
running.
of each other.
Oh wow.
Your entrance was incredibly close. The lead was passing between you multiple times. eLmaGus grabbing 2 keys at the beginning, that gave Barry the lead. Barry grabbing the fairies halfway up the gauntlet, that gave eLmaGus the lead.
So how'd you feel when you saw that big key?
Pretty good, I guess. But I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing Master Sword Ganon.
Yeah,
With
same.
Greenmail.
And then there's the Tempered Sword on the way up.
Yeah, that was a good feeling.
I do have a question though. Were you guys worried about not having Cane going into Ganon's tower?
Worried about not having a what, sorry?
Red Cane.
Oh, a little bit. Because you never know. Kane even could have been in GT.
I wonder where it was.
Nobody
Never
has found
know.
it.
Like it could have been on the left side. Like there's the odd time that Fire Rod will be placed in GT, and then you have to get Fire Rod to go to.
We actually found the Ice Rod in GT.
Oh wow.
Yes, sab0tender opted to go left side after grabbing big key, just checking the first 4 chests in the Stalfos room, assumably because he wants silvers or a tempered sword or something like that. And he found the ice rod in there.
Anything to make this just a little less painful.
Yeah, I didn't even really think about it until I entered the triple Wizrobe room, and I was like, wait, I don't have Kane.
Oh god, how do I do this room now?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's having a little bit of difficulty getting through those rooms. There's our rower picking up his Tempered Sword. He's probably extremely relieved to find that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Tempered Ganon's a lot funner than Master Sword Ganon.
How many hits does Master Sword Ganon require?
24 spins, I believe.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah, it's 52 total.
It's very
Like,
Yeah.
across all phases, so yeah. That
That's
sounds very fun.
disgusting.
I like it though. I would have done it. Like, I was happy about Tempered, but at
I'm
the
not
end of
gonna
the
lie.
day, I was okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping you guys would have to do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was hoping
we were
too.
hoping for some very evil things to happen to you. Mushroom in Ganon's tower. Mushroom leads to powder. Powder leads to pain. And big key up on the inside.
Sure. That would have been fun, right?
Yeah. It's fun that I don't have to do it. That's for sure.
Did anybody find Half Magic?
Nobody
No.
found half magic.
Not of the featured runners, at least, no.
No half magic. No gold sword. No silver arrows. No red mail.
Silvers were Light World.
Most of you skipped your shields.
Ganon
Silvers
said Silvers were Light
World.
World.
Do you think it was probably on the tablet then? Must have been on one of the tablet. Because we checked
probably
Bombos, they checked E3rd. So. Well, that's
No.
one mystery solved.
Did anybody check the mirror spot by
Okay,
Misery Mire?
The mirror spot by Misery Mire. Somebody
I know it was
did.
checked, but I don't think there was anything useful in
No, it was just like 10 arrows or something like that.
Okay, so it must have been on one of the tablets and the silvers.
Silvers were at which, apparently, the dude said.
Which? Oh.
So mushroom
There's
somewhere.
mushroom. So we've got some more finished time. Shavox finishing in 10th place with 1:38.35. Simbai finishing in 11th with 1:39.18. S4 Cine finishing in 12th with 1:39.26. Azazaz finishing in 13th place with 1:39.34. Mochiron Cupid finishing in 14th with 1:43.07. And Ebonitis just finishing in 15th place with 1:44.57. This was a race of approximately 40 people. I think it was 40 people even. But we have had a couple of forfeits.
We're taking unfortunate death.
Error takes a kill too. So Cold Stare and Ganon competing for the highest kill count today.
Yeah, Chef Ganon is definitely serving up some spiciness today. So, Barry, you went to Aghanim before you did the Old Man Cave and maybe a few other one-off locations. Did you just assume at that point it was required, or did you think it would pay off for you either way?
The second I got Master Sword, I was like, okay, it's Aga. I mean, there's a possibility that the hammer could have been out there, but I wasn't going to go and check all those one-off locations. I think I still had Ice Rod Cave. I think I had Ice Rod Cave, Aegina's Cave. I guess I had the front half of Escape, which I skipped that because I knew the map was there. The burrito. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of one-offs. So I guess in the long run you might have saved yourself a little time. Just by having a more convenient Dark World access.
I think it was
running all of them.
You see those swords, you see the cape, you see that lamp, I say I gotta go for it.
Yeah, I'm just of the mentality, I like to put it off as long as possible, even though...
Everybody did, except Barry.
Uh-huh.
The seed I probably could have got first, but I had some execution errors.
You definitely could have.
Really bad execution errors. Dying to Cold Stare, should have gone back to Pod right away after finding Hammer and Thieves. My routing was really good for the most part. I mean, I full cleared Swamp, which was absolutely unnecessary, so if I decided to go back and finish Pod before that, then I would have been able to go mode Swamp as well.
It's very true.
Hindsight is 2020.
eLmaGus played very well as well.
Yeah! Yeah, I mean, I guess execution was alright. The problem was that I dipped into ice before Thieves Town and checked the swamp chest, so that was like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was something we talked about at the time, is that a lot of the better runners sometimes like to skip Thieves Town without the hammer, just so you can have that for the big chest when you go in there.
Yeah, I mean, halfway through that, I realized, wait, I only need an item for Desert and the hammer, so why am I actually checking this right now? It doesn't even make sense, but it was too late at that point already, so yeah, I don't know. Should have just gone back.
Yeah, that was something I mentioned with Barrybondz early in, not going into Aegina's Cave. He was putting it off for so long, and after a point, when you avoided something, it costs you more time to go check that thing after you're off route for it.
Yeah. And the funny part is, too, is I actually went to Desert with the book.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
You found Book. Book was your Schrodinger's Go mode item, but sab0tender found the flute first. So we had a two-directional Go mode for you guys.
Yeah, that's pretty hilarious.
Dawning thought at the time you were doing that because it was a little bit faster, maybe.
I think it's a
to go in there
faster
without
to
a
go
flute.
in with the Book.
I thought it would be faster to just like save and quit, and go straight there, rather than go to town and activate the flute.
That's true.
sab0tender finishing off Bacon.
Since you got that flute so late, you didn't actually have a chance to activate it. That's a good point.
Well, I had Desert and IP left, so I just saved and quit. Like all 3 spots, went back to the mountain that way.
And sab0tender has put Ganon to bed. 18th place, time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, 24 seconds.
Indeed, we got some more done. Xerox TV finishing 16th, 147.09. James FXX, 17th place, 147.34. Our own sab0tender, 18th place. Eriror finishing just behind him in 19th place with 149.17.
Okay, looks like sab0tender wants to get in on this too, so he'll be here in a moment. And Eriror also putting Ganon to bed.
Nobody found the mushroom.
Nobody found
Nobody
the mushroom.
found that mushroom.
We didn't even see it. It's shadow.
Like I said, this seed was light on equipment. Not a lot of safeties. Pretty much the only thing you guys got was blue melee.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You take for granted when you have like blue mail or red mail playing rando, and then you have green mail, and then you just get bodied by. You take like one hit of damage. It's like it's terrible.
Oh god, I'm already dead. Ironically, all of the shields were found, but you guys only picked up fighters, and that was only because it got forced on you in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, I hate shields.
Yeah, the shields were very teasy to this seed. One was in Lumberjack Cave, the other was on the floating rock. Just out of reach, both times. Arrow honing service, yep, there they are. But the mushroom...
No idea where that mushroom was.
Yeah, that's crazy. Maybe the cane's in Turtle Rock, or sorry, GT, and you gotta go to Turtle Rock to get the mushroom.
There were a lot of spots in GT that weren't checked. That was a very fast Ganon Sarapede.
Yep, sab0tender didn't go any further than the 4 Stealthless chests, so...
Kane could have also been in Vanilla Mystery Mire. Could have been somewhere in Mystery Mire and allowed you to finish it.
Hello.
That's true.
Hello!
Hello, Error!
Alright.
GG.
I can't.
Hey, everybody.
sab0tender, hello!
So that was a pretty fun seed.
It didn't look very fun. Looked like there was a lot of blood. It was mostly your guys's. I think
Hello?
even eLmaGus took a death in there somewhere.
Hello. Hello?
Yeah, it was a pretty unhealthy seed, that's for sure. That death to Cold Stare really put me back quite a bit.
Yeah, you weren't the only one. MrBarrybondz took a death down there too.
Oh man, not Barry.
I think it got Error once as well, so it got quite a few of you. Cold Stare getting pretty high on the kill count today.
Dude, that was a Heat Seeker puff, man. He just changed directions and hit me. I was a little bit salty.
He wanted a hug right there, and he got it.
Looks like Error can't join us, unfortunately. No audio for today.
He muted his mic. He might be, setting stuff up.
We might get him in here.
Oh, there he goes. Oh. Might be having technical issues. We'll figure that out. So what do you think of that seed, Sabo?
Well, the one thing that really got me was not having Canis Samaria. I should have trusted my gut. I thought I should just go mode everything and YOLO and hope it would be left side big key for Ganon.
Yeah, that was something I worried about.
You half got your wish.
You don't really need the game, but you might need the game. So I said Schrodinger's go mode until you hit Ganon's tower. Thankfully, the big key was right there in that first chest.
Other than that, I thought everything went pretty smoothly. It looked like it was going to be an Aga seed, and so that went pretty well. And then, I don't know, my rooting was not bad, but...
You, Magus, and Error, all three of you, went extremely out of your way to avoid that Aga seed, though.
Not that you could be blamed for that.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Nobody wants to do Aga.
Barry just bit the bullet right away, though, and just went for it.
Yeah, that's pretty true. I mean, like, I was looking for any possible out, and then it just came up dry, so we had to go.
Well, the thing with Aga is, too, like, there's hints. You get the cape, you get the gloves, you get the hook shot, and that's generally like saying... And the Master Sword, so it's basically saying, like, go do Aga. You have access to the other side of the Dark World.
Indeed. Lamp, sword, and cape. If you get any of those, or get all those, it's pretty much going to be an Aga seed.
And there is Mr. Error again. Welcome back.
Yeah, now it works. Alright.
Hello, GG.
Yo, GG. That was the worst showing ever. I can't believe what happened. Everything
Nonsense.
just...
You're ahead of 20 other people right now.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm sub 150 with this. Like, I guess the seed was just very nice, but I did everything in the wrong order. Just all the overworld before it. Thieves Town with Hammer.
I imagine having those early boots helped out quite a bit. That was one of your first pickups, wasn't it? One of everyone's first pickups.
Yeah, the boots were very nice, even though I never feel really comfortable having boots early for some reason. Like, it's nice to
You always
have.
have to wonder when they give you the boots early, like, okay, they gave me the speed, what kind of nonsense are they going to make me race towards now?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, like, everything up till Aga was pretty standard, right? Aside from the death near Ice Road Cave. But after Aga, it was just, yeah, I don't know.
I felt bad for you. It's never nice getting crabbed.
And it was just a big 20 in that box, too.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, you know what? Never mind. I'll just do other things since I can, and then I'll just come back later. And of course, well, everything leads to Aga.
And you start getting boxed into the negative seat. You start wondering, is there any way around this?
Yeah, but no. Even the fake flipper didn't do anything. The bottle, no. But yeah, routing wise, I felt like I should have done pod before Swamp Palace, but. Of course, Hammer King did have the flute for go mode, but it was all a bit iffy. Like Thieves Town with the hammer, Swamp Palace having nothing, no equipment whatsoever, no health. It was all pretty
just
meager.
the nail. That's all you had was the blue nail.
Yeah, and I'm actually pretty new to randos, so like all this low equipment really makes me feel uncomfortable. Like
For being new, a 149.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
I don't know what I can do.
It could have been it definitely could have been worse. My improvement has been okay, but yeah, it's still these seeds are not very nice. Like I prefer just having tempered all the way through, and not like in one of the last chests in GT.
At least it was there and not somewhere else, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I never. Oh, the silver arrows were in the Light World, right? So I guess that's Checkerboard Cave.
They were in Mushroom, actually.
And they were at the
Incredible
Witch.
confirmed that the Witch had the silvers.
And we have no idea where a mushroom is.
Okay. Right.
And Gus has finished 20th place for the time of 1:56:34.
Yeah, I imagine this, with proper routing, this could have been a very fast seed indeed.
Mhm. Some of the items were in not opportune spots, like the hammer was in Thieves Town, which eLmaGus avoided for a while.
Yeah.
You really don't want to go in there without the hammer, but that's where it was.
Yeah, like I thought, okay, let's just wait because I don't want to get caught by Feast on Big Chest. And then I did, of course, check the stupid things like Swamp Palace first chest because hey, who knows? Could just be Super Troll.
I've seen some terrible things in that first chest.
Yeah. And I imagined like, okay, you know what? I might just dip into ice. And I was like, you know what? Death Mountain is open. Feast Town is still there. Might as well check those first. And luckily, the hammer was in a more logical spot than IP.
I think the worst thing that I've seen in Swamp Palace Swamp Palace first chest was the flute, and the hammer was a Misery Rider.
Yeah, that's not something you want.
Yeah.
Because of course you're gonna leave it as your last spot, and when you see the flute, you know you're in book for a bad find.
Yeah, it was actually a very good race. I recommend you watch the VOD.
Yeah, I'm definitely planning on doing that. It was a fun seed regardless.
And if you enjoyed what you watched, give all four of these guys a follow. They definitely deserve it.
Hey, I got one question.
Shoot.
Did my follower alert go off? Like, were they using my game audio?
I don't believe so. I didn't see that. We were actually blind for like 3 minutes or so, middle of the race.
That's perfect, because somebody followed me, and I forgot to turn my Streamlabs off again, and like, the follow alert went off. I muted it like right away, but I was like, oh god. And next thing you know, I got like 20 viewers in there. I'm like, alright, so people want to come in here and start spamming me. Because they want that alert to go off.
That happened because we were blind for most of Thieves Town, so people started going to your individual streams to keep us updated.
Yep, that's what ended up happening. We had to figure out what's going by sound, which was fun, but not very entertaining to watch, I'm sure.
Kudos, though, to Sakura for getting that fixed up as fast as she could.
Yeah, don't worry about that. You did a great job. It kept things interesting.
And IB Karma finishes 21st place with a time of 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 8 seconds.
So yeah, only about 6 people left in the race. I don't think we're gonna be sitting here until they're all done, but
We have had quite a few forfeits, I've noticed. I do not blame them. This seed was not nice.
It was a difficult seed, gameplay-wise. Like, just item-wise, it was okay, but just with how many safeties and stuff you got.
Very little margin for error, indeed.
Yeah, that was what I was mostly struggling with, but
yeah, but you mean the more you play those mean seeds, the better you get at the low percent strats, so
yeah, definitely. That's the plan anyway. And that's what these dailies are for. So I'm really happy that these get organized. It's really fun, also with the different kind of modes. Entrance yesterday, holy crap, that was an experience.
And speaking of the LTTP dailies, coming up at 8 o'clock, we have an open Triforce Hunt hard mode, followed by at 11 o'clock, Peace Sanity. So make sure you guys tune into those as well.
yes, definitely. Well, we're going to be wrapping it up here shortly. As I said, give all 4 runners a follow. Our trackers also deserve your love. Indispensable and Renubris did an amazing job going above and beyond when the stream was out to make sure all the items were up to date. Do you guys have any closing thoughts, questions, etc.?
Was only the tempered sword found in GT, or was the 4th sword also
Nope,
locally?
just Temper, that's as far as we got.
Timber was the only sword we saw in Ganon's tower.
With that Ganon Sarah big key as early as it was, it's pretty much just the gauntlet. sab0tender was the only one who went out of his way to check a little bit of the left-hand side, not the ice one there. That was it.
Alright.
We have a
I
lot
guess
of items
I
to
might
break
just
down.
jump in here for a sec. If there's anybody out there who wants to try Randomizer, you totally should. I started out as a total scrub at this game, and it's just a lot of fun. So if you're even thinking about it, you should definitely give it a shot.
Absolutely, it's a ton of fun to do rando. Very easy to jump in. The community is super nice and helpful. They can answer any questions you might have. So yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. We've got the speed gaming Discord. We have the official LTTP Randomizer Discord, where the brain's not working right now.
I'm pretty sure we were all scrubs when we first started. It's so easy to get bodied by this game.
I was a god. I've just gotten worse. I'm sorry.
My first randomizer that I finished, it took 6 hours straight.
Oh wow. I mean, you guys watched me die again in like 3 times, so and I've played this game. I've got like I don't even know how many hours in this game now.
I've been in that vicious loop too. You hit the cannon, you jump down there, it kills you, you come back at health with your mana not restored. It's just like I just want you dead. I just want to be done.
Yeah, I didn't dare jump in without any extra safeties. I just immediately went to the witch. Please, give me some potions. Dying once was embarrassing enough.
Well, perseverance paid off for Barry. Well, I think that'll do it for us. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for donning Arc co-commentating with me. I had a lot of fun. This is my first commentary.
My first commentary too. Thank you for coming along with me, Mel.
Of course. So yeah, if you want to see more, there will be another daily later on tonight.
2 more dailies today, dailies tomorrow, dailies all December.
Yeah. So thank you, and we will see you next time, I suppose. Bye-bye.